All right, what is the 1% rule in real estate? And does it work for both single family rentals and multifamily rentals? Let's dive in. Okay, so you might have heard of the 1% rule, or you might not have, or you might have some questions about this. But to me, and I own over 3,000 apartments across 12 different states, and have transacted on over 6,000 rental properties in my real estate career in the past 15 years or so. As a snapshot look at deals, I don't know of a better way to calculate whether or not a deal will cash flow positive or not than the 1% rule. And the best part is that it only takes less than a minute to calculate whether or not a deal will cash flow positive. So here's what the 1% rule is. 1%. This means that the monthly rent is greater than or equal to your all-in price for the deal. So if my monthly rent is $1,000 per month, this is stabilized rent after the house or apartment has been renovated. This is what my monthly rental rate can be. Maybe not necessarily what it's achieving today, but what it can be once it's fixed up, once it's in good shape, once we have good management in place, everything's cleaned up, and what the after repair or stabilized rent would be, let's call it $1,000. If you divide this by 0.01, that means my all-in price can be up to $100,000 all in. Now this needs to be your purchase price and your renovation costs and any holding costs that lead up to you being able to get it rented for $1,000 a month. So see how this 1,000 is exactly 1% of $100,000. So if I'm buying this apartment complex or this house for under $100,000 and it still rents for $1,000 a month, that's even better, right? The higher you get above 1% means the more it's going to cash flow. The lower it gets below 1% means it's less likely to cash flow. Now I will say this, it will depend potentially on the asset class or the type of property that you're looking to rent out. But this works for me in both single family rentals and in multifamily rentals. So I just take what the average monthly rent stabilized is, along with the average price per unit that I'm into the property for, and typically it is greater or equal to 1%. Now it might change if it's a new townhome development or a bunch of single family houses where the tenant pays for a bunch of the utilities and the maintenance on the property. And so you might be able to go a little bit less than 1%. Or if it's brand new and there's low maintenance, there's low insurance costs, and it's a lower expense ratio, in that scenario, you might be able to get away with a 0.8% of what your all-in price is. And so in certain scenarios, it might work. But I've done this for offices that I own. I've done it for multifamily that I own. I've done it for retail that I own. I've even done it for self-storage that I own. So of all the different real estate rental classes, I've done it across all of them, and I utilize this 1% rule for all of it. So that is the 1% rule in a nutshell. Go and utilize it, right? Go on LoopNet, go on Zillow, pull a bunch of different properties in certain areas, look up what the rental rate is, look up what you can buy it and renovate it for, and then run this quick ratio. And now you're speed underwriting deals, and you can make offers faster than what somebody else can, and it's gonna allow you to get into deals before somebody else can. So hopefully you can go put this to work and go close some deals, change your financial future forever. And if you want more tips, techniques, and strategies on how to find, underwrite, fund, and operate apartment buildings and rental real estate, make sure you like, subscribe, and check out our future videos. Black, purple. Can you see this or not? And here's what it means. The 1% rule. None of these work. Okay. Brown works. Orange works. Pink works. red works. So the two that I grabbed don't work.